We're gonna have a little more fun with this episode. Are you there? Let me go back. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Cancel. I don't want to stop streaming. I just don't know why this thing is up. Let me move this. There we go. How you guys doing today? All right. I am Big Officer Chef Rosenberg, and I am here with my illustrious group of human beings here, and we're gonna just do a little quick a little run on this young woman on Hip Hop World Star. Well, she was doing a podcast. I don't know the people she was on the podcast with. Nor have I done any real research to figure out check it out though, it's hilarious.
I don't know if you read it somewhere, but the thing is,
Unforgettable travel experiences.
Of course you get an ad.
Yeah, I got an ad.
23 to like 27, that has time for you. Oh, I think I'm gonna love this. I don't know if you read it somewhere, but the thing you said the other day that you shouldn't date a guy at 23 to like 27, that has time for you. Oh, I think I'm gonna love this.
If a guy is like young 20s,
I'm gonna love this.
and if he has time to take you on dates a few times a week,
Say it, finish it.
then he's not going anywhere in life.
Yes! I love it! If you have time for me, you are a loser. If you treat me well and you cut out time in your schedule for me, you're a fucking bum. You are going nowhere. Get out of here. I need the guy who won't even talk to me on the phone. Won't even text me
because
back
you
because
should
he's so
be-
busy and rich.
You should be in the office, in your finance job,
my
24/7.
I love this. This is my favorite take ever, and why you're all gonna die single.
You're all gonna die single. All right, so this woman basically says that if you have time to date a woman at 27 years old, then your life sucks. And not only does it suck, it's going to the future, your future self is going to suck. What say you, Ulrich?
If you have time to date a woman at 27, I'm not understanding how they came to that conclusion. Are they assuming that to plan dates you need free time, meaning that you don't work and you don't have, is that the way they're assuming that your life sucks? Because I can't imagine simply having free time would make you some kind of.
I don't know if you read it somewhere, but the thing you
We're
said
gonna
the other
say
day
it
that you
again.
shouldn't date a guy at 23 to like 27, that has time for you. Oh, I think I'm gonna love this.
If a guy is like young 20s,
I'm gonna love this.
and if he has time to take you on dates a few times a week,
Say it, finish it.
then he's not going anywhere in life.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that could be. Listen, I'll try to almost play devil's advocate. with
No,
my own
devil's
head,
advocate.
but then,
Speak for yourself.
well,
On the Premium Black News channel, we speak for ourselves.
okay. So I mean, I think it's so. I'm not sure if she has any experience with dating people, or that I don't know what 27-year-old she's like dealt with. I think she's assuming that when I say devil advocate, I'm trying to just get into her mind. I think what she's assuming is that someone's going to be in like the DACA, the medical school, or someone might be in law school, or might kind of be focused on something that can lead them to a greater life when they're in their 30s. And you know that now I wasn't a law school person, and that but I was in a law fraternity in college, and so a lot of my college buddies are like lawyers, and they had plenty of time to, well, not plenty of time, they had time to pursue romantic relationships, and that didn't really have any influence or any kind of changing in their times, but you know.
I
what do you
think,
got, Doc?
you hear that, you think about it a little bit differently. And I'm not sure about the idea of actually having time to date. I think that might be a little bit more, but I certainly believe, a young person between certain ages, and I think all the way up into early 30s, their sole purpose is to really grind out and figure out what they're going to do and to really build up their foundation on which they're going to make the money that they're going to make in their lives and stuff like that. All that work is done there. So I'll probably replace the idea of, dating with being obsessed and chasing women and trying to find them and trying to do all this. Like, in other words, it sucks because the process of dating sucks up a whole lot of your energy. A person who's into that space, going out, meeting folks, meeting them, getting in touch with them, setting plans with them, and all that type of thing. It sucks up a lot of your time and energy. And if you're not mindful of that, that is time and energy that's meant for kind of building a foundation. And I think when I hear her talk like that, that's what comes to mind. And certainly somebody in their young 20s, that is not what you should be wasting your time doing. Trying to convince yourself or trying to convince somebody to kind of be with you. And I would urge the young women not to date any guys their age, within that age bracket and stuff. Those guys should be grinding out. They should be working. They shouldn't really have no time. They really should be focusing on their task. And
So you agree with her?
yeah. I do.
Yeah. All right, that's what's up.
Like
That's
that.
what's up. I agree with her as well. I agree with her as well. I think that a woman who understands that if a man is 23 to 27 years old and he has 3 days a week to offer to you, then this is a man who's going to be totally limiting himself. He's going to be a manager to a Foot Locker making $48,000 a year before bonuses. He's not going to be a high earner, and he's not going to be. You're not going to be producing. You're not going to be getting the top of the crop. Like I went to Macy's recently, and I spoke to this young woman there, and she was 21 years old. It was so cute to see a 21-year-old throw themselves at me. I was like feeling good for at least 3 hours. Like, I still got it. But, I told her, like, whatever you do not date a man who's your age. And she said, why is that? I said, because he's not honed into his purpose. And you don't want to be trying to find a purpose with a man. You need a man who has a purpose and you can be part of that purpose. So you have to go at least 7 to 10, 12 years older than yourself. So, I agree with this young lady. I just know that the internet and the comment sections are ripping her apart about how this is why women are never going to succeed. They don't have. Dude, if you're 23 to 27 years old, slow the hell down. What are you all in love for? You're supposed to be smashing. You're supposed to be smashing and passing. You ain't supposed to be.
All those 304s, that's when you're supposed to be smashing and keep it moving. That's what they're there for.
Period.
The 304s are there for just that.
Period.
They would have it no other way.
What's the 304?
That's the woman that's in the street.
The HOE.
Oh, I thought
304 spells out HOE.
Oh, I thought you meant 304 by the time that you would start talking to them at a bar, because that's how I gauge.
No. We're talking about the hoes. We're talking about the 304s. We're talking about the bartenders, the hairstylists, the nail stylists.
And the folks at the bar at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah. We're
that,
talking about
304.
you're
that's how I
20
usually gauge
between
attractiveness, by how early
23,
the time.
between 23 and 27 years old, you're supposed to be smashing the nail tech. You're supposed to be smashing the eyebrow tech. You're supposed to be smashing all the, you're not supposed to be like at the Jehovah's Witness church trying to find you a wife. Because if that's the deal, then you're probably a painter or a carpenter or a man that uses his hands and wants to sow his oats early, which is nothing wrong with that guy. But he's not going to be a high earner. He's going to be the average man. So if you get, I think she's right, you're getting 3 dates out of a guy a week and he's 23 to 27 years old, then understand that his drive to want to be in the high value world is going to be Not realistic.
Who
Go-
goes on 3 days
your
a week?
goal
Who goes
as
on
a
3 days
guy-
a week? I don't even understand that.
As your
I don't
your
know.
goal
3
as
days
a
a
guy,
week.
you say 3 days, but him being available, going over, hanging around, laying around all
Sit on the
day,
couch,
that type of stuff.
playing video games all
Listen,
day with
if
you.
you-
One
are a
day,
young
one day
guy.
every couple of weeks is probably.
If you are a young
fine.
guy and you have that type of time, or you are a young guy and you have a job and you have that type of time to spend with somebody, and you're not living to your potential. You're not doing enough.
That's right.
You have to go back over your thing because something is missing. You have too much free time.
Right.
You're supposed to find and engage yourself in some activity that's going to suck up majority of your time, up until you are in your early 30s. At that point, you've put significant foundation. So even if you're the carpenter and all those type of things, if you have that much time, that means you're not spending enough time in your craft to hone it to be the very best that you could be and to build the most that you can do with that. So you have to spend.
Can't argue
you
with
have to
that,
try.
man.
You
You
have to-
can't.
You gotta put the work in. The thing
The hell
is,
you up under a woman at 23 years old?
you're gonna do one of two things. You're either gonna work hard now, or you're gonna be working hard later on.
Oh yes.
And the thing about it is,
Because she's gonna be 300 pounds.
so
She's gonna be working real hard.
You can either work intensely now for the first 10, 15 years from teenage, from 17, 18, the next 10, 15 years up to the time you're 33, 35, or you don't do that and you party all that time, and then guess what? You get to work hard and difficult from 25 all the way up onto retirement.
I'm
Right.
not sense of shade here. Because I party all the time.
Oh, you took this personal over it, right? So young, so free, so enslaved. You are appreciated. Big Elvis the chef, I'm here.
Ulrich.
Dr. Church.
Don't forget, in the description, there'll be the places where you can donate. All right, that's $ Elvis Rosenberg and at Elvis-Rosenberg for the Venmo. You are appreciated. Thank you. I love you.
Peace.